Yeah. Welcome to another episode of that Victory Talk. We got a lot we got to victory talk about. We're gonna victory talk about a lot of things today, man. Liver King trying to kill Joe Rogan. And we're gonna talk about how to get money, man. It's wild out here. Let's start the show. Yeah. What up? This is episode 211 of that Victory Talk podcast. I am your host, Big Brandon Carter, King Keto, the king of ketosis, Gymnasium Jesus, Jesus de Gimnasio, the Southside Savior. And I'm here, and I'm not alone, man. I'm not alone. I'm also here with the best co-host and podcast producer in the world, the homie Iran's finest, Nima. You know what I'm saying? What up?
Everything's great. Super excited. Episode 211. Let's go.
Trump fixed the Middle East. He stopped the war. Y'all been fighting for like hundreds of years, and Trump stopped it.
Easy.
Isn't that crazy?
It is.
Isn't it crazy? You know what I'm saying? Because if he couldn't stop it, my plan, I told Trump, I was like, yo, listen, bro, you got about 7 days to figure this shit out, or I'm gonna send Nima to fucking fix this shit. And he was like, nah. We'll make it happen. Don't worry about it. I ain't have to send in the big dogs. Yo, because Nima's from Iran. That's why it makes sense. We also here with we also got Minovia. She's monitoring the chat, making sure you don't say nothing fucking stupid. Get your dumb ass kicked out of this shit. You come here talking shit. Here's the thing: I won't even see it. I won't even know what happened. But she'll just fucking ban your goofy ass. You did all that for nothing. Dumbass. Dumbass. You know what? I think I got this theory, yet to be disproven. But I don't think internet trolls. Listen, I don't think internet trolls get pussy. Like I can't see a world from what I know about women. I don't think there's like a fucking woman somewhere tonight. She's finger banging herself, DJing down there, thinking about, man, oh, that comment he made on that video, man, that was so clever and mean. And that's what she's finger banging herself to. I just don't think so. I don't think it works like that. But then again, what do I know? What do I know? So when you talk shit, when you troll on the internet, you basically telling everyone you don't get pussy. All right, broadcasting it. I'm sure you'll make yourselves known as this podcast proceeds. All right, listen, we got a lot we want to talk about today, but first, man, we got some sponsors. We got some sponsors, man. The first sponsor is the ebook, The 10 Commandments of Online Training, right? This is the ebook that I wrote. It'll show you exactly how to grow your online fitness business, even if you don't have a big following, even if you're not certified, even if you don't have a lot of experience. Because I was certified, right? But when I made my first $1 million as an online trainer, right? And now I teach other people how to do it. I taught over 15,000 people how to build successful online fitness businesses. And I'm going to show you how to do it too with the ebook, The 10 Commandments of Online Training. All right. Second sponsor. This is a product that's I hold dear to my heart. Right. Dot repellent. Dot repellent is the easy to apply spray to keep the hose away. To keep the hose away. All right. Because here's the thing, man. If you fuck around and get successful, right? If you accomplish your goals, okay. Let me talk. Like kids, sometimes I go live on Instagram or TikTok, and they be like, "Man, what's the best? How do I get girls?" And I'll be like, "Ugh, motherfucker, you out here chasing girls. You need to chase victory, because girls come with victory. Duh, you need to chase victory, not girls. It's like trying to get a trophy instead of getting a championship. Motherfucker, the trophy comes with the championship. And the championship's worth more than the trophy. Same thing with women. You chase victory, not women, because women come with victory. But not all women are good women, right? This victory talk, so I'm assuming you chasing victory, right? If you fuck around and get some victory, women are gonna be around you. Some of them gonna be thoughts, hoes, sluts, freaks, skeezers, and hood rats, right? And to keep them away from you, we developed thought repellent. So it's genetically engineered to only affect the DNA of thoughts and sluts and whores. You know, nasty women. You look at the back. Look at this little, like the Ghostbusters shit, but it's a thought twerking. Right? It works. It's super effective. You know what I'm saying? People say, "Oh man, how do you live in Miami with all the distraction?" I'm like, man, I just spray myself down with this, man. I'm good. You know? We want to have this out by the back to school season, right? Because a lot of kids, they going back to school, man. We want to make sure that, in their backpacks, they got some thought repellent, man. Because there's some thoughts at schools. You ain't got to tell them. Listen, right? So if you care about the children, man, we need to have this out by. Anyway, but it's funded by you, right? All your super chats go towards development of thought repellent. And I think we have a hero. Well, there's a few heroes who have contributed to the thought repellent fund. Let's go. Let's talk. Let's acknowledge these brothers. Mm-hmm.
This is from Tuesday. As soon as we ended the podcast, this one came in. So hopefully he's watching now. This one is Darren with $50.
All right, what is he talking about?
Yo, Top G, 27, making $135K a month from my 9 to 5 in analytics. Do you think I can make me an additional $10K a month selling an online course teaching my technical skill set?
Teaching, well, I mean, it depends on what your technical skill set and how in demand it is, Damn, Darren, we ain't see his shit last week, huh? It must have been like right at the, it was after we ended the show. Okay. I didn't think you know what, man? The thing is, you have to have a high skill set, right? Because if your skill set is data analytics, you gotta explain to the people. You got to be able to convey. I'm not saying it's impossible, but you got to be able to convey why someone should take your training instead of Google's training. Like Google has a data analytics program on Coursera, $50. You know what I'm saying? IBM has a data analytics training on Coursera, like $50. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm not saying it's impossible, but you competing with like two of the biggest companies of all time. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you're gonna have to, I'm not saying it's impossible. It's just, I wouldn't want to compete with Google at something. You know what I'm saying? That's if you're trying to sell data analytics, which is what it sounds like. And also, man, I don't know how much longer that job's going to be around. Like, you definitely need to diversify your income because you can do a lot of data analytics with AI. And it can't replace you just yet, but we're getting there. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're definitely getting there. So you need to future proof. You need to be more worried about your career. And because you might be teaching something that'll be antiquated in, like, for sure, in the next 5 years. For sure. All right. But shout out to you, brother. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. What else we got?
We have Nav. Do you have a dedicated video on how to use Google Calendar and time management? Can you direct me to it, please?
Okay, Nima said he's gonna drop it in there for you, man. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, shout out to you, Nav. You want that video? Yeah, that's a good one. There's multiple. Yeah, I've done it a few times. What else we got?
We have Rashad. Your homie
Okay.
just signed up for the Discord today. Haven't got a chance to navigate through there, but definitely interested in trading. Do you trade weekend mornings as well? Thanks for answering my questions yesterday. Hashtag you unk.
Shout out to you, Rashad. Oh yeah, yo, he came on the live training, the live call I did yesterday. I do. So I've been doing the call-in lives throughout the week. This week I'm gonna do it again tomorrow at 7. Right, so you can call in. He called in. He was black. Yeah, just like we thought. You know what I'm saying? Just like we thought. And what'd he say? Oh no, we don't trade anything on the weekends because the markets are closed on the weekends. The markets are only open Monday through Friday, and it was not a holiday. Now the crypto market is open 24 hours. And you can trade futures on the weekend, but the volume is so low it doesn't make sense. I never did it. You know what I'm saying? I know it. I think I tried it once when I was like an addict, like 5 years ago. But yeah, now we don't trade on the weekends really because it's just low volume. What else we got?
We have Leo. Hashtag thought repellent. Hashtag more money.
Let's go, man. Shout out to you, Leo.
And we have that thing, top 3 books on marketing.
That what now? What's his name? How's it go?
Wasn't he on the live call too? Did he say his name?
Yeah, he was on the live call, man. You was watching the live call?
No,
wait, hold up. Nah, she was watching it when I was just me, man. Stalker.
I wasn't watching it. But
no, she was for sure watching it.
I wasn't watching it.
That's cool though, man. It's good. I like I'm entertaining.
I am not.
It was like you and like 200 other motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying?
I am not going to watch you talk to another guy going back and forth answering his questions. No. The reason why I know that he was on it. All right, don't believe me. Anywho, the reason why I know is because you recommended him to hop on for you to answer his questions in more depth. That's
yeah. Top 3 books on marketing. For marketing, I'd go. It's not a marketing book, but it helps you understand some marketing psychology. I'll start with Influence by Robert Cialdini. Like it's not a marketing book, but every marketer needs to read and study that book. All right. Yo, this is a book. This is a book I'm about to tell you about. And you never hear people talk about it. And I'll probably not. It used to be on my secret list of books. But I don't care no more. But it's called Cashvertising. Instead of advertising, Cashvertising is a kind of a corny name, but that book goes fucking hard. And then we'll go. I'm thinking, do I want to put Breakthrough Advertising? But I feel like it might be. I feel like I'm missing one, but I'll go Breakthrough Advertising because I can't think of anything else. That's like that top tier, but those are like top tier. I do?
Yeah.
I have a video. That's a video. Okay. All right. Neem's gonna drop a video on it. All right. What else we got?
We all done.
We all done? All right, cool. Yo, I don't know if y'all noticed this, man, but it's just been going crazy wild out here in these streets, man. The homie Liver King been out here wilding. Let's I don't know what segment you want to call it, man. Yeah, let's go. The Liver King has lost his damn mind. Now, I guess I could have uttered that sentence any time over the last 5 years, and it would have been applicable. Because this motherfucker been crazy, right? But now he's breaking the law crazy. Like before, he was just eating animal testicles, right? Which was crazy, right? And all sorts of, and doing all sorts of other weird shit, you know, but it wasn't illegal. But now he broke the law. So if you ain't seen it, he got arrested for trying to, they said he was making terrorist threats against Joe Rogan. And he was released. This is mug shot right here. Look at that face. This motherfucker's like 4 years older than me. Just keep that in mind. This motherfucker's only like 4 years older than me. Yeah. Anyway, life comes at you fast, right? But he's ordered to undergo mental health evaluation and is subject to a restraining order for what he threats. So you may be thinking, if you haven't been caught up, fuck was he doing, man? What was he doing and saying that was so crazy? All right, well, let's check it out. Let me show you some of the stuff that he was posting on the gram.
Just pulling up to the capital of Texas. What's the capital of Texas? Houston. It's
No.
Houston. Guess
Not
what?
Houston.
You're dead, bitch. You're dead.
He said, "You're dead, bitch." He was talking about Joe Rogan because he had been making all types of fucking videos about Joe Rogan, man. Like, check it out, man. He's been doing this shit. Let me show you. Let's go back to where it started. Well, first of all, this motherfucker's only 4 years older than me. Look at his face. All right. I think this is when it started.
Joe Rogan, I'm calling you out. My name's Liberty. Man to man. I'm picking a fight with you. Yeah. I have zero training.
He's holding guns. I don't know if those are real or replicas. But I got some friends in Miami who has like real guns that look like this, so it's hard to tell.
You did. So you're a black belt. You should dismantle me. But I'm picking a fight with you. Your rules. Whatever you want me to weigh, I'll weigh it. I weighed 190 this
Oh yeah, that's music in the video.
morning. I'll come to you whenever you're ready. Whenever you're ready to go. I want a vibration, by the way. That's what I'm saying. Hold on.
All right, that's enough of that. You know what I'm saying? Right, but then he started. Then it might sound weird. After that, he started to go crazy. Right, so he was he was going nuts, man. Like, I was watching this shit. I was invested in this shit. And motherfuckers think that it's marketing. Motherfuckers think it's fake. But here's the thing. I don't think it's fake at all, because I've seen crazy people. And I've also seen drug addicts a lot in my life. This man is both. This is drug-induced mania, right? This is real. Like, it's not marketing. People think it's fake. I can look in the motherfucker's eyes and tell that this shit is real. He's lost it. Like,
record anything and everything. Because Joe Rogan, we don't have to make videos to pretend anymore. All of this is happening. We're coming to you. I've challenged you man to man.
whoa, what's up with his teeth?
Honorable. And we don't have to pretend.
Listen, I'm from the South Side of Chicago, and I've seen junkies. You can't pretend to be a junkie. I mean, maybe in like Hollywood or some shit, right? That is some real, I'm looking at a junkie. I know a dope fiend when I see one, right? And I'm not just talking about roids or trend or no other shit. That shit that Derek Moore Date said he was doing. This is recreational drug use. All right.
And or make any videos. The world is watching. They'll make the videos for us. And you don't have to hold a camera. You can hold the hand of somebody that you love, because what happens next to you, you're going to need to remember that feeling. You're going to need something more than what you did to give you something to fight for, because I have my family to fight for. And then I'll die for them, you know that. And you're a black belt, but you've never come across something like this. Willing to die, hoping that you'll choke me out. I pray to God, because that's a dream come true. It feels good. And then the limbs, I'm fighting for my family. So limb.
Now here's what he's saying, man. Like, here's the thing: it's not marketing, because what crazy people do is they make up all these scenarios in their mind, and they this is what happens when you lose touch with reality. It's like, I'm fighting for my life. I'm fighting for my family. Like, he made all this shit up in his head. Joe Rogan wasn't thinking about this motherfucker, but in his mind, he's got to fight Joe Rogan for his family. That is a motherfucker who has lost touch with reality. This is not marketing. This is a fucking crazy person. I've seen this before. I've seen people in my life like lose touch with reality. This is what it looks like.
Go ahead. But then you have to contend with something else.
Now, I don't know what's up with this motherfucking yuck mouth, right? I don't know what that is. I don't know why he has fucking blue. Why his mouth is blue. This motherfucker look like he stank. All right, don't he look like he's fucking stink? Oh man, he look like a swole ass Oscar the Grouch. Like if Oscar the Grouch. Like if Oscar the Grouch did steroids, this is what it would look like.
And I weigh 177 pounds, an actual savage. And so at first you're like, fuck that guy.
See what he's saying? Like, Joe Rogan is not even thinking about this motherfucker. This is a person who is straight up, he's tripping. He's lost touch with reality. He's what they do is, what happens when people like really lose it. I've seen this before. They make up all these scenarios. Right. So he's actually making up scenarios. He's like, man, I'm fighting for my life. I'm fighting for my children. It's all in his head, literally all in his head.
Right. When you all of a sudden he did get your attention, which I already did before this, you're saying, I'm going to choke that motherfucker, that piece of fucking shit. I'm going to choke him out.
Joe Rogan never said that. Right. That's all in his head.
That's what warriors do. You and Andrew Tate are good warriors.
Now he's bringing Andrew Tate. It's like, this shit has nobody's thinking about this motherfucker, man.
But you're actually better than that. Real tension we have. Comedy that you do is good and true. We have real tension. But what I see in you is comedy is good and true. Touch points. How people laugh. If we don't make fun of them at their expense, they laugh. You should all make fun of me. You should all make fun of me at my expense. Trust me. That it still works. And
yeah, we don't have to watch more of that. This is a motherfucker who has lost it, but this shit kept going on. So when I hear people say this is fake, no. Look at his. There's nothing fake about what's going on in this motherfucker's face. I know junkies let me just put this in perspective. He is about 4 years older than me. Look at my face. Now look at that. Right? That's what happens when you do fucking drugs. That is drunky shit. And if you do enough drugs, you go crazy.
Or the day after. Because I'm here all week. I don't know if you heard. Rogan versus Liver King. Period. COM.
He's constructed all this shit in his fucking brain, man. He's like, he's really lost it. He ain't sleeping. You know what I'm saying? Like he's tripping. He's tripping. And then this is why some people said it was fake, because he made some merch.
I'm now recording while dealing with the cops outside.
Damn, this took a while. I'm so sorry. I take it back. God.
Or whatever. He made some work. He made some merch. And they think that's why it's fake. You know, nah, man. It's like he still has some of his faculties, right? See, the thing when you go crazy, here's the thing about crazy people. You talk to somebody crazy and it throws you off. See, everybody saying it's fake has never met somebody who's really lost their mind. Because every once in a while, they'll say some shit that might be profound, or it might sound good, or they'll do something that's like, okay, that was a good decision. That makes sense. In the midst of all this crazy, it's not like binary, like they're only doing crazy shit and they can't like doing anything else, right? So the fact that he had the wherewithal to make some merch doesn't negate all the other fucking wild shit. He's got scabs on his face. His mouth is blue. You know, like he's really crazy, right? But the fact that he had the wherewithal to make some merch doesn't mean, you know, it's all fake. Maybe. I think what's crazy is thinking that somebody would buy that. I think that actually supports my shit in my crazy thought. Like, who's buying a Liver King verse? Who in their fucking right mind is buying a Liver King versus Joe Rogan fight t-shirt, right? And then he gets arrested.
Hey, okay, perfect.
Should we go separate or together? Okay, so what did they say?
Oh yeah, his wife is with him.
Just take this with a grain of salt, but they assured me he's gonna be in an hour.
Yeah.
It's like we gotta process you.
Whatever. I don't want to fucking go through it. I don't watch that shit. But then this motherfucker gets out the Bing, and he's still out here talking crazy. Right, he's still out here talking about Joe Rogan. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, whoa.
Good.
Okay, 4 years older than me. Just keep that in mind, man. Like, you think I'm gonna look like this in 4 years without heavy drug use?
Born in primals, from the vibration plate of the greatest state in the world. Austin, Texas. Texas is the state, just to be clear. Bags under my eyes. Haven't slept a whole lot.
This is like when he got out of prison. I mean, jail.
And
now, one thing I will say about Austin's jail, Austin has one of the best jails I've been to, right? You know, New York's jails, Manhattan jails, they're fucking awful. Then they take you to central bookings. It's never been a good experience for me, right? But I've been arrested in Austin. Mwah. Fantastic. If I gotta pick out of all the cities I've been arrested in, if I gotta pick one, I'm picking Austin each time. Shout out to all. I've never been convicted of a crime. Every time I was arrested, it was a miscarriage of justice. I was always released, never been convicted of a crime. I'm that dude. All right.
it's been enough.
And he's still talking shit though, but he still was out here talking. Hold up.
Do you hear that? Listen. That's the birds. The birds are chirping, but the wild is actually calling. But we don't get to do that. I'm sipping the coffee right now. Coffee and cocaine, that's what I'm sipping. Minus the cocaine part, that part. I'm not sipping that, actually.
Yo, this is come on, man. This is all random bullshit. That's how you know. Like, this is real. This man. So here's the thing. Here's my hypothesis on this. Liver King was making millions a year, right? Selling the bullshit, right? Selling fucking ground or pills that were made of like balls, like actual like testicles, a bunch of fucking bullshit, right? And saying that that's how he got his physique, because he would eat balls and liver and organs and shit, you know, gringo shit. I always meet you know, man, motherfucking yuppies are always doing some fucking wild shit, like they want to eat some organs or some weird, shit that the fucking slaves used to be forced to eat. Now these motherfuckers think it's a delicacy. Anyway, he said that's how he got in great shape. And then Derek from Plates and Dates said, like, exposed him for doing steroids. He's spending like $10K a month on steroids. No shit, huh? And well, we all like kind of figured that, right? And I guess it hurt his business. He maybe still has some money or whatever. Definitely hurt his reputation. And here's the thing. Here's something that I've noticed. So I've seen a few people go crazy most of the people I've seen go crazy were like people who were in the spotlight, the public eye. And one commonality with these guys that went crazy is, well, there's a few commonalities with them. One was drug use, recreational drug use, right? Recreational drug use. But more importantly, they got a lot of internet fame fast, rapidly. Not as much as him, not as much as Liver King, but they got a lot of internet fame rapidly. And they also got a lot of criticism for that. Now, here's the thing. The human mind is not meant to deal with that much criticism. For the bulk of human history, we lived in tribes or communities of about 100 to 200 people, and those would be the same 100 to 200 people we saw our whole lives for the most part. And if you were ostracized from that community for any reason, you would probably die because you had to go in the wilderness. You might get killed by another tribe or some fucking creatures in the wilderness or something. So we were descendants of other humans who learned to fit in with the tribe. So that's why people talking shit about you doesn't feel good, because it's in our DNA. We're descendants of people who learned to fit in, right? The human brain was definite. So keep that in mind, right? Keep that in mind. Now imagine hundreds or thousands of comments of people talking shit about you every day. The human mind was not made to deal with criticism at scale, right? And this is a theory, but I think it's pretty sound. If you don't like yourself, or if there's any chinks in your armor, if you're doing some shit that you don't think is, if you're doing some shit that's foul, or if you have any skeletons in your closets and shit, that criticism that's coming at you, especially at a huge scale, it will really fuck with you. And I've seen it drive people crazy. That and mixed with recreational, you mix that with recreational drugs, now you don't have the same kind of, you don't have this with the drugs, you don't have the same amount of control over your mental faculties. And I just seen that drive people crazy. That combination. I don't even think the drugs have as much to do with it as just the human brain was not made to deal with criticism at scale. And if you're not really happy with yourself, then that criticism is going to really fuck with you. And it can push you to like this, do shit like this. So imagine a motherfucker who's been lying, who built his career and lifestyle off of a lie, then gets caught lying. Now everyone knows he's lying. He probably wasn't happy with himself to begin with. That shit'll fuck with you, right? And then if that's really fucking with you, because remember, it's like at his point, it might be hundreds of thousands of people talking shit about him, you know? Because I've had people talk shit about me. You know, I've had people make videos about me, but it's like, I really fuck with myself. So I don't even be tripping. I'd be like, yeah, whatever, fag. No, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say it. I'd be like, yeah, man, whatever, bitch, nigga. I'll see that somebody made a video about me and I won't even watch it. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, whatever, bitch, nigga. I ain't even thinking about that shit, you know? Because I really like myself. But imagine if you don't like yourself, you got some shit to hide. And then all these a huge amount of people start talking shit about you, right? And you didn't even like yourself to begin with because you were living a lie. How do you think that's going to affect you psychologically? You might have, oh, and then you what are you going to go do a therapist? A therapist ain't never fucking deal with this shit. This shit, there's nothing in any psychiatrist's, there's nothing in no therapist's book, and there was no college class on how to deal with an influencer who had millions of people talking shit about him because he lied, right? The therapist ain't never seen that before, and he ain't never gonna see it again. He don't know how to fucking help you if you have the wherewithal to go see him, because you have a unique problem that his teachers couldn't even fathom being a reality. So what do? Oh, you might have to introduce some self-medication, right? And that's how motherfuckers start doing recreational drugs. This is how motherfuckers end up. I gotta assume that's how he ended up with a blue mouth and all these scabs on his face. You know what I'm saying? All these cuts on his face. And how his teeth got all fucked up. You know what drugs fuck up your teeth and put scabs on your face? I'm not here to talk shit about this guy. I'm here to like help you guys understand this. But if you know anything about recreational drugs, you can guess what street drugs fuck up your teeth and put scabs on your face, right? Like, I don't think that's fake. I don't think he fucking fucked his teeth up on accident and started fucking up his face for marketing. That shit is real, you know? And do you think when you start doing these recreational drugs, when you're already fucked up, yeah, it might give you some momentarily relief, but after it gives you some momentary relief, next thing you know, you're doing this shit. Right? You start thinking shit like this is a good idea. And you say, you know what, let me put this on the internet for my 3 million fans to see. This got to be a good idea. You know what I'm saying? In the 4 seasons. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Right after you get out of jail for terrorism, and they tell you, well, okay, imagine you get out of jail because you were arrested for terrorism, and they said and the court orders you to have a mental health evaluation, right? This is a fucking court order. You have to do it. So after that, you think, you know what would be a good idea? This. For me to post this on the internet. Yep. That is a drug-induced decision. If I've ever seen one. I don't know. If I got arrested for terrorism and then the court said I need to be going, and the court ordered me to undergo, a mental health evaluation, I don't think I would decide. Let's say I had all my mental faculties. I don't think I'd be like, man, it'd be a good idea. Nima, go get the camera. I'm going to prance around this hotel like a fucking wild animal and then post that online for the world to see.
I was just thinking about the person who had to film that.
Someone had to film it. You know what I'm saying? I only post that for about 3 million people to see. You know what I'm saying? Or this shit. Look at this shit.
So it turns
this ain't marketing. If you think it's marketing, you don't know junkies the way I know junkies.
out we might be leaving Austin sooner than what we were hoping. Is it sooner than what you were hoping? How about you, Ash? Sooner? We might be leaving.
Yeah. Oh yeah, put it back on. Yes. Yeah. But yeah, man, that shit is fucked up. So anyway, I think this is real. And I think, I'm glad this happened during Men's Mental Health Month. So you guys can really see, I think this is legit. I think he's fucked up in his brain. And I think he needs help. And I'm glad they kept Joe Rogan safe. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't know what this motherfucker was capable of. Honestly, like, you can't control crazy. You can't. I don't know how to fix crazy either. Like, sure, I can't wait to see what the mental health evaluation says if we can get if we can get to see that. But yeah, this is legit mania, drug-induced mania. And I hope Joe Rogan stays safe but I know I'm gonna be glued. I'm glued to it. I'm not following him, but I go check. I don't follow him, but I go check every day, man. See what kind of weird shit he's posting, because everybody likes to watch a train wreck. And that's what we're watching, right? I don't got nothing to say about this. All right. Hey, man. Oh, we got the homie Greg here, Young Candlestick. You know what's not crazy? The stock market. You know what I'm saying? Oh, it's kind of crazy how we hitting all-time highs. Let's bring in the homie Young Candlestick. Let's go. Yo, Greg, what up, man?
What's up,
What's
Brandon?
up?
What's up, Victornators? The stock
Yeah, we
market's
out here.
making all-time highs. That's what we were
Sorry.
talking about last time, right? On Tuesday, the stock market's on its way to all-time highs. We want you to hit
Yeah, we
all-time
said it.
highs with us. So the NASDAQ hitting all-time highs. The S&P almost hit all-time highs, but it did hit all-time highs after hours today. Actually,
Okay.
it's close. It hasn't gotten there yet. I talked about buying calls on NVIDIA. Again, that's not financial advice, but that's a quick double up your money in just 2 days on NVIDIA call options. And so semiconductors are strong. And a big topic that I want to discuss today, and I'm going to give a history lesson through the chart.
Real quick. If y'all got questions about any fucking security, stock, crypto, scam, whatever it is, man, go ahead and type. You got to leave a super chat for Greg and he can answer it, you know. And yo, listen, and honestly, I'm not against crypto. I know I make jokes about it. I've traded crypto. I'll trade crypto. I'll trade anything, man. I'll trade anything. You know me, man.
Hell yeah. Whatever's moving, whatever will make us money.
Yeah, for
That's
real,
the
man.
mindset that you need.
Yeah. Let's go.
When you send your super chat, just know that this is for educational purposes only. This isn't an offer to buy or sell any security. Charts come with limitations and difficulties. Okay.
Yeah. Yo, he got this motherfucker past his Series 67. Now he got to say all this bullshit.
Yeah, I'm not yet registered with the state, but I did pass the Series 65, so I just kind of want to make
Series
sure
65. Yeah.
everything is
No,
all
that's
good.
cool.
Yeah,
It's cool, man. I get it. Hey,
Yeah.
man, what he said.
But
Yo, Greg said that. I said, yo, man, let's throw all our money and whatever, and let's just start throwing money around and see where it lands. All right,
yeah,
let's
let's see where
go.
it lands.
we're in the different.
It's gonna land somewhere.
Yeah, man, we got different jurisdictions. Let's go.
Exactly. So the big thing I want to talk about is the market's so resilient. You know, back in the day when there was like a crisis, the market sold off for a long period of time and it took a long time to recover. So let's go down memory lane. So during 2000, that's where we had the dot-com bubble. So that's right over here. This is the year 2000. Okay. Market drops 50% over the course of 3 years.
Yeah.
Shit got clapped. It bottoms out. And then guess what? It takes 5 years to recover. Then right here, we have 2008.
Yeah.
You know, market drops 80%.
Yeah.
And that took a few years. Then it takes a few years just to recover. Okay, things are nice and smooth, you know, up until about 2018 right here. This is where the Federal Reserve raised interest rates a little bit too aggressively. Market drops 20% from the highs. But guess what? It starts to rebound a little bit faster. Then we have C19. I say C19 because we're on YouTube. C19 market gets clapped down 30% in just 2 or 3 months. But guess what? An even faster snapback.
Yeah.
Then in 2022, we kind of had a slow bear market. Guess what? This red bubble right over here, this is the day that Russia declared war against Ukraine. That was the bottom. That was the bottom. So when war happens, sometimes it can mark bottoms. Then we go on a nice little rally, and let's recap this year. So when we go on the daily time frame, this is where Trump gets elected. Okay, market pumps, kind of goes nowhere. Then we start to get more data on the tariffs. It's the talk of the town. Market shits the bed. Then we have Liberation Day. Market drops 15% in 3 days and then snaps back up. right here. This is where
15% in 3 days is crazy.
I know people don't understand how wild that volatility was. It was an intense time. Things have stabilized a lot lately. And even then, Israel attacks Iran. Guess what? Market drops like 0.5%, and then boom, slingshot to retesting all-time highs. What this is telling us is the market is not pricing in World War III. So everything's all good, and unless the radiation's coming my way, right? So it's really important to not be emotional when you're investing. You want to just stick to the plan, constantly accumulate, pick good stocks. That's the key theme of today's episode. So that's what's happened recently. Markets are hitting all-time highs. What's next? What has juice in the tank? Well, I'm looking at the industrial sector, XLI. We kind of have this ascending triangle. It's starting to knock on the door on all-time highs. I think if we start to break above this 145.56, it could see a potential, 3 to 5% move. So I could do like bullish calls, bullish call verticals, things like that. Another sector that's starting to move, and it's a leading market indicator, and this is IYT. We kind of have this like box that we've been trading in.
What's that? Tell them what that is.
Yeah, so this is the transportation ETF. So think like stocks like FedEx, stuff like that. So the transports are a leading market indicator because if transports are operating efficiently, that gets the economy. It's kind of like the blood in the body of the economy. If transports start to break out over this like 68.50, transports could duplicate this range. Whenever you have a range like this, you duplicate it towards the breakout. And so transports could potentially see about a 6% rally if we start to break out. Brandon, you've been on this. ITA. Yeah. We gave the exact long.
Tell them what it is.
Yeah, so this is aerospace and the defense ETF. So these are basically your war stocks or defense stocks. And even though we have a ceasefire, they're still making highs, which is pretty interesting. Sometimes when peace comes, these can sell off, but so far they're not. We gave that long trigger over 181. Boom, it's at 185. Brandon, you brought up DFEN. This is the triple levered version. Yeah. Boom. If you traded that, you made 6.5% in like 3 trading days.
Greg, I try to tell them what to buy. I try to tell them we come on here twice a week. We tell them exactly what to buy, what they should do for free. And that's and they don't do it. I still see them in the street like, oh, Oz Poe, Brandon. Oz ain't got no money still. And I'm like, motherfucker, we told you exactly what to do.
We can't do it for you.
Can't do it for you, man.
But one stock that may still have some juice to run, this is Honeywell. So Honeywell deals with like energy, safety, security. We kind of have this pinching flag formation right here. And we have this what's called bullish piercing candle. Whenever you have a big down day and you close near the low, then you gap up and close near the high. Most of the time, 60% of the time, it's more likely to go up. I know that's not a huge edge, but when we're dealing with trading, you take all the probabilities that you can get. So I'd be bullish Honeywell long over 226, and I'd add over 230, and I'd target this like 235 to 238 zone. Okay. Another area that's starting to find like an area of support is gold. You can take a look at XME. This is metals and miners. This is starting to break out just a little bit. This kind of involves things like GDX. I think GDX might be bottoming out or finding a little bit of support right over here. So you could potentially wheel this if you wanted to. You could take some bullish call spreads, or you can just straight up buy shares. And I do think that it can likely make further highs into the future. If you want a little bit more risk, you could take a look at stocks like Newmont. What's confirming this is the copper. So copper, this is /HG, copper futures. You can trade these, in the futures market, and this is bullish. This is strong. So metals are in play. I think that gold hits new all-time highs. Maybe later in the year, it might digest and wiggle for a bit, but I like it longer term. And then 2 more things. Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin's got a binary event about to take place. We've been consolidating for a while. I like Bitcoin longs over this like 111,000. So if Bitcoin can break above 111K, I think it can shoot up. However, I'd be willing to flip bear if Bitcoin breaks underneath 100K. I think then it could flush decently hard down to this like 85K. So maybe like you could do what's called a straddle. You can straddle the Bitcoin, and that's where you buy a call and buy a put, and you just cut the losing side once it makes its direction, and you can actually make some pretty good gains if the move is big enough in either direction. So that's Bitcoin. And then also Nike. Nike beat on earnings. Nike has been a stock I've been accumulating the past year, and I didn't do it perfectly. You know, I bought some at 80 up over here, bought some at 70, bought some at 65. But now Nike, it's gapping up well after hours. They beat on earnings. So Nike, the fair value of the stock is about $117 per share. It's currently trading at 69.
Oh shit! How much is it up after hours?
Oh, this is approximate, but it's about 12%.
Holy
12%.
fuck!
Yeah, on a blue chip stock. That's pretty good. That means most call options are going to be paying very well. I didn't trade any call options, but it's just cool to see. So those are the main things that I wanted to cover. I like the industrial sector. I'm loving the SPX credit spreads. Brandon, you've been crushing it yet again on futures trading.
Oh man, so those of y'all don't know, man. So in victory trades, we trade futures together. Hold on, this is
squad.
We trade futures together every morning in the victory trades community. If you want to join this, hit up Greg in our Discord. But this is so I trade with a prop firm, and I have 20 funded accounts. And I made, you see how much profit I made on each account. So this is about, what was it, like 10 grand today? Yeah, 10 grand. Then yesterday was even crazier. Yesterday was about 16 grand.
Damn. And the day before that, 20 grand. Day before that, 20 grand.
Yeah. So if you want to learn how to do that, then go ahead and what I want you to do is go ahead and jump into the Discord and hit up Greg, Young Candlestick, say, yo, man, I want to join victory trades.
I got you.
Right. And then you can trade with us in the morning. It's a lot of fun. And you also get all of Greg's, trainings.
Yep.
Right.
You get a futures course, you get an options course, a beginner course. So if you're brand new, you get all set up.
And you get Greg's trade alerts.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So it's well worth it. All right. I got some stocks I want to ask you about.
Yeah, let's do it. And if you want me to break down your stock, put in the super chat. Okay.
Yeah. All right. So man, I want to ask you about it's something we've been calling out for a long time, but CrowdStrike.
Yeah, CrowdStrike. This is another long setup that we talked about. Long over 490, long over 495. It's past its edge of the expected move right now for the week, but I'd be neutral / bullish. If the market drops tomorrow, CrowdStrike's going to be down, but as long as it's holding above this like 495, short-term uptrend's intact. This is a breakout. That's pretty much it. Yeah.
I want to ask you about, so we've been talking about CrowdStrike for a long time, Tesla.
Yeah.
Now, the whole market's at an all-time high. The NASDAQ's at all-time highs. Everything else is going up, and Tesla is not participating in this rally.
Tesla got it.
Like scroll out so they can see like how far it is away from its high.
Oh yeah, Tesla from its high down 33%. If we go from its 33% from its all-time high.
Where the NASDAQ and the S&P are hitting all-time highs and Tesla's not participating. What do we think about that?
That's called relative weakness. That means on bearish setups, on lower high pivots, those are short setups, or those are chances to exit your longs. And that can change. Sometimes stocks go through different cycles of relative strength and relative weakness. But for now, Tesla's relatively weak. If it cracks underneath 320, it's probably headed down to 300 or potentially lower over the next coming weeks or months. Tesla,
anything can happen, but
anything can happen, of course. Tesla needs to hold this 330 level if it's going to be bullish into the future, but it's looking really, really weak. Like yesterday was a big down day, big rejection off the 360 level. I'm pretty sure that there's probably some news catalysts along with this. You can take a look at the news tab on Thinkorswim, but Omid Afshar, a top lieutenant to CEO Elon Musk, who had just been promoted to the role last year, he left. So they fired somebody. Okay. So yeah, Tesla's executive in charge of sales and manufacturing operations, he just left. So You know, it seems like he was doing a
He
good
didn't
job.
like what he saw,
left.
man.
Yeah,
He didn't like what he saw.
they lost a key employee. Something's happening.
Nima said he sound Iranian.
Yeah, could be.
So he went this way. He went. So he oh fuck.
Oh, fuck.
What does that? What does that mean? What was he working on?
Sleeper agents? I don't know.
I don't know, man. Let's just, hopefully he's not doing nothing nefarious. He's not bringing his talents to.
That's true. Taking the competition elsewhere.
Hey, man, listen. Autonomous tanks. He working on e-tanks. Or some shit.
Self-driving tanks.
Self-driving tanks. Nah, man. Now I'm glad Nima found that. You know what I'm saying? Because Nima's a traitor. I mean, he's American now. You know what I'm saying? So he's putting us on. All right. Another stock is I'm just playing. Axon.
Yep, Axon. I actually bought some more Axon stock today. So
yeah, man, this is high basin, right?
Yep. So I own Axon in my Roth IRA portfolios, and I own some Axon in my trading portfolios. And yeah, I just bought some more over 800. That was the setup that I gave. Stop is going to be just about underneath 760. So if Axon's coming underneath 760, I'm going to exit the trade for a loss and manage my risk. But I'm targeting Axon this like 830 to 850 level over the next month. I might even add an average up on this if we break above this 806.64 level tomorrow. So yeah, I'm bullish. I'm long the stock. I've got my risk managed. I'm good to go.
All right. Listen, guys. Yo, great. Thank you, man. If you guys want to learn this stuff and you want to trade with us, hit up, join our Discord and hit up Greg, Young Candlestick, and say, yo, man, I want to join Victory Trades. And you can trade with us tomorrow. All right.
As soon as tomorrow.
All right, for sure. Hey, thanks, Greg.
Yep. Thanks for having me. Peace out.
All right. I think we got a super chat.
We have one by Pursue Excellence.
Okay.
BBC, what's the biggest misconception about being rich and self-made? What ultimately separates the haves from the have-nots? Real talk, Jay.
Pursue excellence. What's the biggest misconception about being rich and self-made? You know what? I would think. You know what I think? I think people underestimate how much effort it takes to succeed, especially in business. You know, like, I see motherfuckers start a business and they just like kind of dabbling. It's like everybody I know, without exception, everyone I know who succeeded in business, it was pretty much an obsession. You know what I'm saying? It was pretty much an obsession. And the thing is, they didn't feel bad about working though. They enjoyed it. They enjoyed that work, but it was definitely an obsession. And everyone thought they were crazy with the amount of work they put in, like regular folks, normies. But yeah, if people around you aren't saying you're crazy or you work too much or you need to relax, then you're probably not putting in enough work, right? Because if they're not saying it, that means you're probably putting in a normal amount of work. But if you're gonna, how could you do a normal amount of work and expect extraordinary results, right? Extraordinary results require extraordinary effort. But extraordinary effort looks crazy to normal motherfuckers, right? So every time I see somebody and they start a business, I mean, I don't see this I don't see this much anymore. Every once in a while, but because most of my friends are pretty high level. But I remember seeing people start a business and they're just kind of dabbling in it. You know, it's really just a fucking hobby. They don't know it's a hobby because they're putting in a normal amount of effort, and they think that that's what's going to get them where they want to be. But it's not. Extraordinary effort. Extraordinary results come from extraordinary effort. Like how could it happen any other way? You know. So I think that's a misconception. Yeah. Now there was another one that came in. Mm-hmm.
This one is more for Greg.
Yeah, it's whatever, man. Yeah, I can answer it though.
Bought Ethereum at 1900 average. When's the best time to sell?
What's Ethereum at now? Let me see. Let me look at my chart. Let me see. Let me see. He bought it at what? What did he say? 19? I mean, I don't know, man. Like, it really depends on what your goals are. You know what your goals are, and what was your price target when you bought it, right? Like, if you didn't have a price, like, that's the thing, man. You can't just be buying shit randomly. I'm not saying that's what you did, but that kind of sounds like what you did, right? Like, but I could be wrong. Is if you're buying something as a trade, you should have a price target. You should have answered that question before you put money on it. So I guess the real answer with the limited amount of information I have is fucking whenever you want.
I mean,
right?
Greg is also asking in the comments, is like, is this a swing trade or an investment?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, that's very important. Like, is this an investment? You know, in which case you hold it, man, for a long time, keep adding more to it. You know, you average into it. If it's a swing trade, I mean, if it's a swing trade, okay, now that I shitted on you for a minute, I mean to though. You know, these motherfuckers always say I have too many indicators on my string, and I get that, right? But I'm up like fucking 60 grand this month trading, so I'm not changing shit. But we're here
at the bottom left, the eye icon.
Which one?
Left, all the way to the left, up. Yeah.
What that do? That don't do shit.
I think the arrow. Yeah, you can hide indicators.
Oh, I didn't know that. I mean, yeah, you can sell it now if you want. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Listen, I don't know what. Listen, I need my indicators, man. Fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. I'll turn this shit off. Okay. Oh. Okay. And now it all makes sense to me. Now that I see all this wacky shit. I mean, yeah, maybe you listen. If it's just a swing trade, fucking sell now. Who gives a fuck? You know, like, you know, maybe. But if it's an investment, then you hold that shit. All right. Anything else? Nope. That's it. All right, yo, listen. You gotta run the intro, the intro to the song, because I gotta pee, man. The intro. Give me a minute to urinate. That's how you know this live. What? Still no. I need more time. I said. We back. Sorry about that, guys. I had to use the bathroom, and then I had to do one more thing. I'm back now. There's some more super chats. Let's go.
We have Richard Jones.
Mhm.
BBC. I'm starting a finance club at my school. Any
Nice.
tips on being a good club president?
I ain't never been a club president. I would say here's some things that will help you out. If I was you, I would maybe you guys can pick some stocks to analyze, right? You know, and I don't know how old you are, right? You might be a kid, you might not be even old enough to have an investment account, but I think you can like paper trade, you know. And if nothing else, y'all need to like practice buying stocks, right? Some of them can put real money in if they can, or some of them can just practice, right? But actually practice buying stocks, and y'all put it together, y'all analyze it. And I would say, man, that y'all need to do like both fundamental and technical analysis. You know, so fundamental analysis would be looking at like, you know, P ratios and checking out the actual fundamentals of the stock, reading the annual reports, you know, listening to the earnings, you know. And then technical analysis is, you know, looking at the charts. So I would learn both and you know, teach some of that shit to your peoples, right? And you just need to know more than them, right? So read some books. Some good books on it would be, I'm looking over here at the library. You know, when I was like 19, I read it was fucking Peter Lynch's book. What the fuck was that book's name? It was when I was 19, that was a long time ago. So it was Peter Lynch. It was Learn to Earn by Peter Lynch. I thought that was pretty good book. It helped me. You can also read the Intelligent Investor by Benjamin Graham, and maybe y'all can read that shit together. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can study that type of shit. You feel me? I think that'll be. Greg put the Intelligent Investor in. Yeah, y'all can study that shit. And as for technical analysis goes, Greg might put something in there that is helpful. You know, it's because I can't really think of. Oh, you know what? Oh shit! Hold up. I thought this book was really good. Credit Spread Options for Beginners. I thought this was a good book when I was like learning. When I wanted to learn options, I thought this was a good book. And it's like one of the books you only see on Amazon. I think it's like self-published and shit. But I thought it was fucking good, man. And then he has some other, the same author has some other books. And it was one called Covered Calls for Beginners that was really good. And Iron Condors for Beginners. I read them all. And y'all can like do those kind of strategies, like learn these strategies, like really learn this shit. And y'all can like paper trade it together. And then, or some of the people, if y'all got some money, y'all can really trade and really learn this shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's cool. If you are in high school, then just paper trade. That way you build these skills. So when you get some fucking bread, you know what to do with it. You know, that's what I would do. I think that'd be like really helpful. What else we got?
We have 3D Level Up. How to stay focused and faithful during hard times. I appreciate you for all your content. A real G. I need some thought repelling. Huh.
Thanks, 3D Level Up. I like your profile pic. That look like a cartoon. That's that shit that like niggas be watching. Anime. I ain't never seen no anime shit. You know that? I'm not talking shit about it. I just think that was I just think I missed that wave. Being an old school. Yeah, oh, he always shits on it. FitX, he always shits on the anime. Somebody, but whatever, man. Shout out to Level Up 3. What is it? Okay, how to stay faithful during the hard times. You know, man. What I found helpful is, I've read some biographies about some really successful men who have went through hard times, or just heard stories about it. Like one of my idols was fuck, the name escapes me. What's wrong with me right now? My brain's not working well. But man, I talk about this motherfucker all the time. The old white man. He wrote Principles. Oh yeah, the homie Ray Dalio. He was the CEO of Bridgewater Capital, one of the biggest. No, it's the biggest hedge fund of all time. And this motherfucker went broke. Right, he had to borrow money from his grandma. From his girlfriend's. I think it was his wife's dad, just to fucking live. And he like embarrassed himself publicly. He was saying, yo, man, it's about to be a bear market. And he bet all his money, lost all his money for his investors. He went on TV, lost a bunch of money, embarrassed himself publicly, and then came back from that to build the largest hedge fund of all time. Little shit like that, man. Or what's the motherfucking? It's another actually hedge fund manager, man. He went on TV and said the market's going to crash right before C19. And then it crashed, and they found out that he had a bunch of shorts on the market. He made like, because when he said it, fuck, man, he's the guy with the white hair. Greg, you know what I'm talking about? White hair, hedge fund manager. Fuck, what's his name? White guy, white hair, hedge fund manager. He tried to take down Herbalife. Nah. He had a big short against Herbalife. There's a whole documentary on him shorting Herbalife. What's wrong with my brain today?
Bill Ackman.
Bill Ackman. Yeah. So Bill Ackman, man, this motherfucker, he went fucking broke. He got divorced. Not broke, but he was really struggling. He was divorced. He lost like billions of dollars, man. Imagine losing billions. And then, his divorce, he had to give his fucking wife mad money. How much money did he lose in the divorce? Can you say how much money did this nigga lose in the divorce? Bitch don't know nothing about finance, man. But she got one of the illest trades ever. You know what I'm saying? How many millions? How much? How much you get? How much you get? What it say? Man.
One source estimates he could have received on his reported net worth 1.6 billion when divorce was initiated.
All right, let's take it to him. How much money did Bill Ackman lose in his divorce?
I couldn't find the exact amount Bill Ackman lost in his divorce. However, I did find some details about his divorce from Karen Herskovitz, which was finalized in 2018. They didn't have a prenup, and his net worth was estimated to be over $1.5 billion. It's safe to say it was a very expensive divorce. Would you like to know more about Bill Ackman's career and investments?
No. Give me an estimate of how much he lost from the divorce.
Some sources estimate that Bill Ackman may have lost around $825 million in his divorce. However, this is just an estimate, and the actual amount may be different.
Listen, 3D level up. Whatever you're going through, you probably didn't lose $800 million to some hoe. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you going through, it probably ain't that. You know what I'm saying? But he still came back, and his net worth is even higher. Little shit like that, man. When you hear about people going through shit and coming back, for me, it gives me more resolve when I go through these things. And here's the thing. It probably won't be the worst time. This probably won't be the last time you go through hardship, right? And it might not be the worst, right? So every time I'm going through something, I think about, okay, this is training for the next one. Because if the next one is worse than this, then me going through this one will make me stronger and more capable of dealing with this bigger problem that's looming. Or if the next one is worse, or the next one is not as bad as this, then it'll be like the fact that I went through this one that was so bad, it's more like, oh man, this next one is light work. Like when my father fucking blew his brains out, right? That made everything else look kind of like light work. You get what I'm saying? Like very few things are as difficult as that. I can't really think of nothing. I haven't been through anything as difficult as that. So everything seemed, the beauty of my father killing himself would, I know how that sounds, but what the way I reframe it as positive, it made all the other struggles after it seem not as bad because I dealt with the worst. I already been through the worst. So everything else is kind of light in comparison, if that makes sense. So you got to reframe tragedy as that so you can get some positive out of it. You know what I'm saying? I think that'll help you. That was a very long-winded answer because I couldn't think of Bill Ackman's name or Ray Dalio's name. I don't know what was going on in my brain. I had a brain fart. What else we got?
We have Pursue Excellence again. BBC Real Talk. I hold back on going all out on building a business because I don't know what would be a good product or service to sell. Any advice?
Yeah, that's smart, man. Like straight up, if you ain't got a good idea, then don't do it. You know what I'm saying? Then don't do it. That's very smart. You want to come up with bullshit. However, you can get rich selling anything. Right? Sometimes people think, man, they gotta come up with something that's never been done before. But the most money is made. The most money is made off regular shit. Right? Ralph Lauren's a billionaire, but motherfucker been wearing clothes like way before that, you know. You know what I'm saying? Like Kanye West is a billionaire, but motherfucker's been rapping since before he was born. Right? Like it's you don't have to invent something new. You can do regular shit in your way. For example, this is my boy's company, so it's just water, right? But it's in the can, right? It wasn't even the first water in the can I've ever seen, right? Look, he saw Liquid Death and he said, "Oh man, I'm gonna do that too." Oh yeah, I'm gonna make it. He tells me this water's better. Sure, bro. You know what I'm saying? He says it's better than Liquid Death. No, sure, bro. But then he put a dog on it and he called it No Days Off, and it's a Miami company, and he's doing some marketing. But he's making money doing something that's already been done. You get what I'm saying? Like you don't have to reinvent the wheel. I think that there was a book that came out called Blue Ocean Strategy, and it's a good book. And it's about basically a blue ocean would be, you know, going into a market and doing something that hadn't been done. And he would call it red ocean. It's red because it's blood in the water because everybody's competing in it, you know. And the big fucking wins come from being in blue ocean, right? And I think that kind of fucked up a lot of people's way of thinking because they think they need to come up with this blue ocean shit. But the truth is, man, most of the money is made in the red ocean. Like most of the money is made in the red ocean. You get what I'm saying? Like it's very unlikely you're going to come out with some shit that ain't never been done before. So the truth is you can have everything. You got to put your own spin on it. Like Kylie Jenner became a billionaire off makeup, right? But she put her own spin on it. But yo, my girl said that shit, I was like, yo, what's the difference between Kylie Jenner's makeup and Revlon or Maybelline? And she said, nah, it's the same shit. I'm like, damn, she just put her own spin on it, the way she marketed it. So, you know, the truth is it could be fucking anything, bro. It could be anything. You just got to put your own spin on it. And that it doesn't even have to be what you've done, but it can also be your marketing, you know. Your marketing could be different because that's all Kylie Jenner really did was the marketing, from what I understand. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So don't think too hard. Just find something you like. So something you would enjoy doing and then do that, you know. But until you got it, but you got to make sure people want it as well. All right. You know, the problem is sometimes people, they say, man, I want to do something that never been done. And they think of something that's never been done. and then they find out the hard way why no one's done it when it don't work. You get what I'm saying? Right? It's a lot of times the shit that you think it hasn't been done, it hasn't been done for a reason. All right. Was that the last one? All right, listen, guys, I had another thing I wanted to share with y'all, but we ain't got enough time to do it. So we just gonna end it, man. But tomorrow I'm gonna do the call-in show where you can get on talk to us live, get on with me. And it's been cool, man. We've been doing that. I've been enjoying it. It's been dope. All right. So that's gonna be tomorrow at 7. All right. Holla at y'all.